Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? My name is Kent. The channel is EOS San Diego, and it's Sunday night here in Carlsbad. And I'm going to make hopefully going to make a blockchain video. I appreciate you watching. And I want to talk a little bit tonight about the direction of this channel and where I'm going with this channel, because we are going to be taking a slight change in topics, or a slight change in information. Not that I'm not going to talk about EOS, because I'll be talking about EOS as much, if not more, as I talk now about EOS. But in the future, in the very near future, I will start talking more about the challenge application. Because we're very close to launching this application. We got it running on testnet, on the Jungle testnet. We're testing it ourselves on test flight. And we're ready to start rolling this out to people. So if you are interested in becoming a tester for us, or help us to test the challenge application, we're going to have some rewards for you. We're going to give you some tokens for using the application and giving us some feedback. And yes, it'll be available in both Android and Apple Store, and we're going to have it available very, very, very soon. And we're not, there's so many people out there that are doing tools to help developers making apps. We actually make the app. We actually made the app. We actually come up with an idea, a functioning idea that we feel has is something that is widely well used, or is needed for the blockchain. I mean, the two things blockchain does very well: an exchange of value. It exchanges value back and forth between people. That's what Libra's doing. That's what Walmart's trying to do. They're trying to figure out how to make it simpler for people to exchange monetary reward, monetary value back and forth between two people. That's something the blockchain does very, very, very well. It exchanges value. You don't have to go through a third party. You don't have to go through a bank. You don't have to have a fee. You don't have to have a delay. You can do it instantaneously on a blockchain. It can be recorded, and it can be something that is archived. So that's something the blockchain does very, 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 very well. An exchange of value. That's something that we do with the challenge application. We're able to exchange value back and forth between accounts. The other thing that I believe blockchain does very, very well is it's a way of locating people. Geolocation I think is going to be very big with the blockchain. And I think blockchain does that very, very well, by the fact that it's a distributed database that's able to gather information from different points around the world and use that information to determine where somebody's at. And by doing that and not having satellites or triangulation from satellites, which satellites from time to time could be somewhat unable to pick up where you're at, or since satellites are basically run by a very few group of people, you know, it's a very centralized system, that information isn't as widely accessible or used. So being able to use geolocation on the blockchain is really great, and the fact that you're able to do it and trade exchange monetary value back and forth is something else that's pretty amazing. So that's what we're doing, and that's what we're going to be launching here very soon. You're going to get a chance to check it out, play with it, have a good time with it. We will be using all the tokens. You can make these challenges in any token on the EOS blockchain. For instance, if you want to use Karma tokens, if you want to use eDNA tokens, if you want to use Everpedia tokens, whatever you want to use token, you'll be able to use that, choose your token of choice, including EOS and including challenge, to make these exchanges. So we're going to try to make this so people are going to want to use it. The other thing you're going to be able to do, and not just for instance, you can do a group of people. Let's say everybody you want to have show up at a certain place at a certain time. You can give them a reward for doing that. So if you can, like as with email, you can add different accounts and send out one email to everybody by just adding accounts, by CCing everybody. You're going to be able to do that here. So you'll be able to make a challenge and then CC or carbon copy a lot of people for the same challenge. So if they want to do the challenge and get a reward for doing something, they can do so too. So it's going to be something that you can do with a lot of people. And like, I'm just thinking, for instance, if you want to have people show up to an event, you could challenge everybody to show up to an event. You could challenge people to show up for work. So you can challenge people to show up for school. You can challenge people to be someplace on time. Geolocation challenge where value can be exchanged. That's what this is what this application does. We've been working on it for over a year. We've almost have it completely finished. In fact, we do have it finished. We're just testing it. And like I say, this channel will be transitioning from more talking about EOS to more talking about challenge, and getting more feedback and giving more information about the challenge application. And like I said, a lot of people are talking about how to help people build stuff. We're actually building, and we're using all the tools available to do that. And actually, when I sit down and think about everything, as far as building this was concerned, I think sometimes people a little overcomplicate the building of an application. Maybe I'll do a video one night just on a step-by-step of what we did to build this application. But I think people get a little scared sometimes with the fact that you got to pay for the RAM and you got to pay for the resources and all that other stuff. I don't think it's quite as complicated as a lot of people make it. I think a lot of people would get scared off from some of that stuff. Not that EOS is overly simplified, but I think it's easier than a lot of people think it is if you just to go ahead and do it. I think it's like anything else. As you go through the process of doing it, it all kind of starts to fit together, and that's the way EOS is. When you start to develop something, as you take the next step, there's always a way to do it, and after you finish the step, you realize my being afraid of that step was really kind of unneeded, because it wasn't as difficult as what it was to do it. So I would encourage a lot of people to start trying to build on EOS. I think that a lot more people will build on EOS. I think the tools are there. I think the software works great, and hopefully we have a good result with this, and we get a lot of people to try it out and use it. Give us a lot of feedback, and we get a lot of people creating new EOS accounts. That's one of our goals too. More people on EOS, more people using it, the more widespread this token is traded, and the more mass adoption that it gets. And that's what we're all about. We're about people using blockchain and people becoming more integrated with blockchain, and not so much that they even know their own blockchain, but getting people used to the idea of blockchain and being able to transfer value back and forth very easily, which is the main reason I think they use blockchain. So anyway, this channel will start to transition a little bit more towards the EOS, a little bit more from EOS to challenge, and getting information back on challenge, and hopefully that'll take place here very soon. So, and I think I'll talk a little bit more about the markets in this channel too, because I think the markets will be going up quite a bit. I'm looking for a bull run coming up here in the next few months. I know I'm probably one of the few people out there saying that, but there's just too much stuff going on, too many things happening for the price not to reflect that. So anyway, I will keep you posted, and like I say, we will have this application running for you very, very soon. And when we do, we'll be asking for your feedback and your help. I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll have another video for you tomorrow evening. Thank you very much.